Good morning, everybody. Have you all heard about the term or the word Paralympics? I can just see that. Couple of you. Just in case people who don't know, Paralympics is a multi sporting event for athletes with disability. Like the Olympics happen for able bodied people, like most all of us in the room, Paralympics happens for the disabled people. And in Paralympics, athletes with predominantly 6 different categories compete. There are athletes with physical disabilities, wheelchair users, short stature athletes, athletes with visual impairments, cerebral palsy who have muscle coordination issues, and intellectual disabilities. So, for you to be an intellectually disabled person, you should have an IQ level of 75 or lower, tested before the age of 18. So, and Paralympics happens at the same time as the Olympics. So, the last one was at Paris 2024. The Paralympics happened between 28th August to the 8th of September. And Paris Paralympics was my first experience to a multi-sporting event. Of course, I've been an athlete myself. I have competed at the Asian Youth Games, the World Junior Championships. I have represented India in many senior competitions abroad. I've been former India #1, top 100 in the world in the women's singles. But I never got a chance, or I failed to qualify for an Olympics. So if I can say so, I was not good enough to qualify for an Olympics in the sport of badminton. I was a women's singles athlete. And see, Olympics is like an ultimate dream for every athlete. But I guess life has its way to take you where you're exactly meant to be. While I never walked into an Olympic arena as a competitor, I did get the chance to be a part of the Indian contingent as a member of the support team for the Paris Paralympics. And what I saw at the Paris Paralympics was something deeper, was the rawest form of human resilience right in front of me, in every match and in every athlete who defied all odds to be able to stand on that world stage. Because for me, I've been playing sport for say about 15 years odd. And for me, it was all about, in terms of to succeed in sport, one had to be extremely talented, work really hard, and be extremely dedicated. But Paralympics just changed my perspective in sports completely. And this time, India at the Paralympics won 29 medals. And we had 84 athletes qualify, the biggest contingent ever and the biggest medal tally India could ever win. But what I saw over there was something, it was just not the athlete winning. It was about the entire team working with the athlete, making me realize that being human is not a single moment of realization. It is something you learn, unlearn, and rediscover every single day. I'm going to take you back to 2022, 1st of April. I got an opportunity to join a not-for-profit organization which helps athletes to win medals in the Olympics and Paralympics. This organization supports the athletes, the entire support training of the athlete. And I joined that organization 88 days in the lead up to the Paralympics. Some of you in this room might think 88 days is a long time. But trust me, in sport, every single day counts. And those 88 days went in the flick of a second. And while I was there, I was managing a group of athletes, para-athletes, with different disabilities, different sports, different aspirations, and different challenges. Some of them were in the race for qualifying for Paris, while some were just figuring it out, just fighting it out to prove a point in the world stage. But the goal was crystal clear for everybody. That was to win a medal at the Paris Paralympics. Now, getting there wasn't just about training hard. It was about training smart as well. And in elite sport, intelligence plays a huge role, not just for the athlete, but the entire support team working with the athlete. Because I remember as a part of the team, we were analyzing rankings, we were assessing competitor performances, we were even identifying qualification pathways and also ensuring which competition an athlete should compete in order to maximize rankings and which competition an athlete should skip in order to avoid a burnout. Because sometimes avoiding or skipping a competition is as strategic as competing in one. Then, of course, then there's the art of on-court strategy. You need to identify strengths, weaknesses, assess your competitors' advantages, disadvantages, and ensure that during the crucial moments, it's your athlete who has the upper hand. And in these 88 days, we were just not training the athletes. We were building a battle plan, one which would take them from the qualification to the podium. Now I'm going to talk about my time when I had gone to Paris. I reached Paris on the 25th of August and the game started on the 28th. We started really well with Mona Agarwal and Avni Lekhara winning a bronze and gold medal respectively in the sport of parachuting. And followed by Preeti Pal winning a bronze in the 100-meter sprint event. But 31st of August was one of my lowest days, honestly, if you ask me, in the entire duration of the Paris Paralympics. This was because two of our Indian para archers, Sheetal Devi and Sarita Adana, had lost their individual matches. For people who don't know, Sheetal Devi is an armless archer. She is an 18-year-old girl and she comes from a small village called Kishtwar in the state of Jammu Kashmir. She was born with a rare condition called phocomelia, leaving her without any arms from her birth. While Sarita Adana is a 37-year-old wheelchair archer. She's a polio victim and she comes from this place called Faridabad in Haryana. And these two girls had done really well in the qualification, but when it came to the knockouts, they got eliminated. And I literally saw their Paralympic dream shatter right in front of my eyes. For Sarita, she had put up a really close fight against the reigning gold medalist, pulling her to the very edge. But I guess sport can be cruel at times. The finest margins separate victory and defeat. While Sheetal had done really well in the qualification, she finished second. She broke a world record, proving that she was the best in the world. But on that day, she again got eliminated in the round of 16. It was a heartbreak for me personally. Of course, there is one thing of working hard in sport, but just to be a part of these two athletes' journeys, seeing their struggles, and it's not easy to be a disabled person in our society. I mean, society doesn't see you the right way that they see all of us. And it was completely devastating for me because I remember I was in the stands weeping like a baby having this battle with God that how was this possible? Because they had worked so hard in order to make this happen. But I guess that is what sport is about. It's just not about the times or the victories or the times you win. It's about how you rise when you fall. And in a matter of 48 hours, the narrative flipped. Because this time Sheetal Devi walked onto the field again for her mixed team event. And in these 2-3 days, I think she channelized every ounce of her disappointment into something different. Because this time when she came onto the field, she was extremely calm, extremely composed, and with an unshakable mindset. And that's what sport is about, right? And she didn't go empty-handed. She ended up winning a bronze medal for India by becoming the youngest Paralympic champion the country could ever produce. And for me, at those 3-4 days at the Paralympics, I literally felt every emotion that a human being could ever possibly imagine, because there was excitement when these two girls had done really well in the qualification. There was a first heartbreak when Sheetal lost in the round of 16. There was a second heartbreak when Sarita lost. And then there was helplessness, there was frustration, and finally there was overwhelming joy. It was literally like a blockbuster movie for me, those 3-4 days at the Paris Paralympics. How many of you have watched this movie, Munna Bhai MBBS? Do you remember Sanjay Dutt? There's this scene where Sanjay Dutt is consoling a patient in the hospital who sort of lost in love and he wants to kill himself, and Sanjay Dutt is, giving him some motivation in the form of a song. And then the patient is asking, while through the song, of course, starts on a high note. It's about breakups. Then there's a low phase, and again, there's a high note to it. And the patient is asking him, phir kya hua? Then Sanjay Dutt is like, phir apni life mein Aishwarya aayi. And then there's this tune that goes saying, oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, that's literally what happened when Sheetal Devi won that medal. It was a oh ho ho moment for the entire team working with her and the country, making me because that reminded me of the consciousness of being an athlete, right? And I guess that's what separates us as humans. It's about our ability to reflect, our ability to go through failures, the struggles, feel pain deeply, but still move forward. And that day Sheetal Devi showed all of us of what it means to rise when you fall. Moving to the reflections part of my time post Paralympics, of course there are a lot of beautiful moments. One was witnessing India winning those 29 medals, but beyond that it was watching all those athletes from different backgrounds, different countries, different disabilities coming together as equals. It was watching two blind judokas battling it out in the game of judo, who have gone outside the mat and helping each other come back to restart the game. It was about watching wheelchair athletes who are helping each other strap themselves up, competitors before the finals. And it was about watching all those athletes who had gone through unimaginable pain just to be able to be there, still choose to be kind, still choose to lift each other up, and still chose to fight, not for themselves, but for something greater. And in that arena, ladies and gentlemen, humanity was everywhere. It was just not a concept. And it was a reminder to me that sport, in its very core, is all about people. Because when an athlete wears a medal, stands on that podium, the national anthem is being played behind, the world just sees that athlete. But behind that athlete, there is an army of people working towards making that dream a reality. And at the organization I was working with, I got the first hand experience of what it means to win a medal. Because it's just not about those few minutes in the competition. It is about those years of relentless training, those countless sacrifices, the dedication, not just of the athlete, the entire team working with the athlete. Of course, athletes, para-athletes in our country, they're away from home, training at high performance centers across the country and the world. They're not at home for festivals, for functions, for birthdays. They're not leading a life of normalcy like most of us do. And so is the support team working with their athletes. Because they might not be the ones standing at the LOC defending our country with weapons, but they serve the country through sport and by bringing glory at the highest sporting stage possible. And and now the question that comes to all of us is, who are these people? Who is that army? It is people, it is the coaches, they are the physios, they are the nutritionists, the psychologists, the trainers, and everyone who play a journey in making that dream a reality. They are with them during training. They ensure that every day an athlete wakes up with a plan. They make the strategic calls. They are with the athlete during the heartbreaking losses, and they even become a friend when the pressure gets too much to them. They might not be wearing uniforms. They might not be standing on the podium, but they serve the country and they serve us through sport. And that to me is humanity in sport. It's about the collective spirit, the shared sacrifice, and the belief that when one of us win, we all win. So the essence of being human might not be, the question might not be what we lack. It's about how we use what we have. Intelligence, of course, gives us strategy. Consciousness gives us that awareness. And humanity gives us that purpose, that connection. Whether it was me in the badminton court as an athlete or now in para sports, I honestly feel these three forces shape an athlete and ultimately the human spirit. And if there's something we can learn from our para athletes, it's that being human is not about having everything. It's about making the most with what you have. Thank you, everybody.